I was in the U.S. Air Force from 1997 until I was medically retired in 2006. I'm riding for several reasons. One is for the benefit of a long-distance ride. I have post-traumatic stress disorder, so I'm using athleticism to help boost the depression and anxiety. And also I'm riding to help raise money and awareness for issues that are important to women veterans, in my case. Through the Long Road Home Project is that folks will become more willing to share the burden of the cost of war on the human psyche. When a warrior comes back from war and is able to share what they experienced with their community, that's a way of passing on that burden. And that was one of the reasons I was so attracted to this project, because it's really a positive project, and the tool of storytelling is really understated. And something as simple as being patient, listening, being open-minded with a veteran from any era of war can really have a huge impact on that individual's ability to reintegrate after serving or after a hard time of dealing with PTSD. Many of us have triggers. It's very hard to guess what they are for each individual. So I also hope to inspire other veterans to talk, to open up, to not feel ashamed, to allow other human beings into their lives to help them transform. Very difficult for women veterans, I believe, to open up, because it's well known that oftentimes we even have trouble identifying ourselves as veterans, because the typical stereotype is a male stereotype. So oftentimes we fear the feedback we might get by identifying ourselves as veterans. And then also, because we are, only 20% or so of the total force, we fear just not being understood. It takes time, and so women are still pioneering in the military and as veterans, and so we have a lot of work ahead of us. The Long Road Home Project is a daily challenge, from opening myself up to other veterans to becoming part of a team again, like I was in the military, instead of isolating, which many people do who have PTSD. It's a daily challenge. It's not easy. And then also to offer my story is a labor of love. So as time goes on and I get to talk more about the experiences, I heal. And you're healed when you can talk about something and the pain is no longer there. For me, I'm the least experienced cyclist, and so it has been difficult to put myself in a position of having the least amount of skill. But in doing that, I have actually empowered my friends on the team to share their skills with me and really to see what these men have done with their lives. For instance, Glenn Isaac, he is a hand cyclist, and he was injured over 20 years ago. So he's much farther along on the recovery process. So to watch a quadriplegic scale, a mountain fearlessly, and also to have patience for me and to also teach me how to outrun him, is just such an inspiring experience on a daily basis. And it just outlines how important it is for veterans of all eras to get involved with veterans of this era. We need each other, and we need the expertise. We know that Vietnam, Korea, World War II veterans have been through much of what we're going through. And so many of them have survived, and so many thrive. And so that's why we wanted to do an awareness campaign, to just get everybody using the resources they have and never to underestimate the value of their contribution. The Long Road Home Project, to me, means acceptance and opportunity. acceptance of me as a veteran where I'm at today, and the opportunity to further my skills and to become strong, and the opportunity to share the story of my fellow women veterans, some of whom, like me, have experienced military sexual trauma. I'm writing in memory of an Army private first class. Her name was Lavina Johnson, and she was the first black female Iraq casualty. And she's from the state of Missouri, and she was 19, and she enlisted to help her parents pay for college. And within 6 months, she was found dead in Iraq under mysterious circumstances. So with Protect Our Defenders, which is a Washington, D.C. based nonprofit, and this project, I'm trying to bring awareness to help Lavina's family gain closure as to how she died, and to correct the record, because it was deemed a suicide and it's believed that that wasn't the case. So this project is incredibly dynamic and beautiful, and it's an act of courage.